We are on again. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Hi Masterclass. This time we are ready to kickstart Hi Masterclass number 28. And today we have our beautiful Rafaela with us. She is here with us to talk about usability tests. So, hi, Rafaela. How are you?
I am fine. I'm happy to
We
be
are all
here.
we are all happy to be here doing another masterclass. But yeah, before we start, let me just say, if you have not been already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are more than happy to have you on board to keep producing this type of content. And also, drop us a like if you haven't done it already. And yeah, let's kick this presentation on. Before we start, and before Rafaela starts with this usability test masterclass, let me just say that she has wrote an article about this. You can check it on the QR code that is appearing right now on your screen, and also on the description of this video. It is like a full guide for you to like use to accompany this masterclass, like and you can scan it on this QR code or go through our description of this video. So, yeah, Rafaela, are you ready to kick this presentation on and delight the ones at home with our beautiful insights here at Interactive?
Yes, yes, of course.
Uh,
Can
but
I
let
begin?
Yeah, you can begin, but let me just say one more thing. Like, if you have any type of question, you can drop it on the comment section of this video. We are more than happy to answer all of your questions at the end of this presentation and during this presentation also. So yeah, if you have any type of question, please drop it so we can know your feedback about this presentation. So yeah, now you can start, Rafaela. Let's go.
Okay. I will begin explain why we choose as a team
Yeah.
usability test as our team for now, and because it's very important for us as UX designers. Um, when we do this kind of activities, is very good for the product, for the client, and sometimes the client don't understand how we do it, or some people don't know how that how important that is. So I will try to explain what is how we do, and I will bring to us a case study about a client that we had, and we did a very good usability test, and it was very deep, and we learned a lot, and I want to share that knowledge with you today. So let's start. So usability test is a test that we do with the platform. Usually it's just we designers and a user, one user per time, and we have the set prepared with computer. Our user sit in a computer or use his smartphone or some device that he preferred, and we ask questions and observe. Um, what the idea here is try to figure out how is the mind map of the user, because if you observe how the people flow during the platform, how they react, how what they speak, what they want, when they are surprised, when they like it, we can have a very good knowledge and understanding about the weakness and the strengths of the platform. So it's very important too for us, especially in the beginning, but also in the end of the project. If you do that kind of observation, we can get a lot of insights. And we don't spend a lot of time doing that. We just need the basis is 5 people, just five users, and you can get a lot of insights from 5 users of a platform. Here I bring some examples, images about how the usability test, how is the set to run a usability test. In the top of the screen, it was two usability tests that we did. We can do in person or can do remotely. You can see we can see the screen of the user. If you are remotely, we can talk with them. Is very it's an easy way to do. Is a cheaper way to do, and we can get a lot of insights if you do it remotely. But we also can do in person. So what happens that we have a user, we need to record the usability test, the test, because sometimes we need to we are the reactions. Sometimes we don't remember exactly what they said, and we need to remember some important parts. So we record the device and the face of the user. So if they are using a smartphone, you can record the smartphone, or if they are using a computer, we can put a camera on top of it. And it's nice because our client or other designers can support us in other rooms. So we can streaming the usability test. And in the room that the usability test happen, usually we have just a user and a designer. We don't recommend have make a very noisy and confusing environment. Just one person is enough. And if we need more designers, like someone to take notes, they can do separately in other room. Or if you are online, you have someone, but they close the camera. So it's important to the user feel comfortable, and the environment need to be the same that when they use the application, must the same that we can do. That means that sometimes this usability test we do in the company, or in the place of the client. Because if you are testing a platform that is a platform for workers, we need to go there and understand how they use that. So we need to adapt about each type of client and platform that we do usability tests. And why embrace usability test? Why it's important? Well, first of all, is to understand the behavior and needs of the user. This is a very good tool to understand their behaviors. And I bring these pictures because usually when you think in users, we just thinking young people try to deliver food also, or in social media, but we have all kinds of users. We have people that are working and they use applications to that. So we need to build a very fast and easy application for them. Also, disabilities. We have people with disabilities, and we need to think in them. Also, seniors, and also seniors in working environment. So we have people that need a device or platform designed for their needs, and that needs could be a good accessibility. So here is important when we look to this part of the design. In the beginning of the design, you need to understand what type of user you are looking here and listen them. And the usability test is a way to talk with them and understand their needs and their vision. And then what you have is identify and prioritize issues. What that mean? When you look to website as a designers, usually we look and we see problems. We know how to find problems in the platform. So here we have a Zara website, and here we have a little test. That's if you want to read more about it, you can find more information in this website, Internet Design Foundation. They have a lot of case studies. It's very interesting to read. And here they show a website with a lot of problems. Small text, navigation menu is hidden, lack of clear call to action. So it's not a good web page, okay? But we just know that web page don't work, and where we need to focus is with talking with users and observe them, because we can find a lot of problems, but we can choose the problems that's the most important to change right away, doing usability tests, or all kind of tests with real users. Okay, let's go. If you have some question, please do. Okay, João.
Yeah, yeah. For me, now it's like elucidating for me. Like I'm still,
Okay, I don't know
yeah.
if I'm fast here.
But like no, no, you're totally fine. You're going well. Like the ones at home, if you have any type of question till what Rafael has said until now, please drop the questions. We are more than happy to answer all of them. So yeah,
Okay,
let's see.
let's go. So here we have other point that is very important for us: validate design decisions, and that's connected with the other one. Here we have a before and after of a design of a client, and we just know what's wrong, how we can change the flow of the platform or the components of the platform, and have sure about that is listen and observe the users. And when I say listen and observe, is because sometimes the users say something, but they do other thing. So it's important not just ask them, do you
But
like what do you think is important, but also observe,
observe,
because
observing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, because they say sometimes, I think it's fine. I think I did everything correct. It was very easy, and we observed that it was difficult.
Yeah.
They stop in so many points, and they have to think about it. So this observation is very important for us.
Okay.
Well, different stages that in the process of a project, that you can do usability tests, not just one time, but you can do especially in 3 times. In the beginning of the usability test, here, if the client has already has a application, you can test that application, understand where we need to pay attention and where you need to change. That's very important, because doing usability test, we beginning the project knowing what we need to do, and then we do the design, and we change the design. In the end of this process, we test again, and then you can make sure that the problems that we found in the beginning of the project, they are solved in the end of the project, and then they go to implementation. And also you can test in the end of the implementation with real users too. These 2 second tests, they are important, because we can get some metrics in the beginning of the text, in the beginning of the project. So we test, and the user has these and these and these problems, and you have numbers to say that, and you can compare the results of the change of the design. So you can measure the how the profit of invest in design. So
Okay.
it's very important usability test, all kind of tests, because we can understand exactly how much we improve this platform.
Okay.
Okay. Now, here I bring to us an example of a usability test that we did. And here I can explain more detailed each step that we did. And it's important to say that the usability test can change. So it's a kind of introduction, but if someone has a different platform or different needs, you can adapt this test for different kinds of platforms. So here we have our client. Our client had problems, especially with registration in the platform, but also a high number of requests in the support help, because they have a high number of seniors users. So they connect these two issues. They understand that the senior users need more attentions. Perhaps the registrations wasn't the great way to them. So we did a usability test to understand that.
Okay.
And first of all, we talk with a client and we understand which parts of the platform needed test. And we have these three groups, and inside these groups we had tasks. So that tasks were what you want to ask to the user to do. Is a flow. Each task is a flow, so we want to observe the users doing these flows.
Yeah.
So, and that was a big task. We don't need to do this all this. It was 7, but we don't need to do all that. We can do less. Depends of the platform. Depends. We can do more, but usually we concentrate in one part of the platform, because if you concentrate one part, you can go deeply.
Okay.
That scenario was remote, in person. We do both because we had some users that are seniors, and where you imagine that was difficult for them
Yeah.
share their screens, and can be difficult to make that part of technology should be difficult, so we choose to do in person. Also, we had the smartphones as well, and we thought that was better if you could see in live what
Yeah.
they are doing in their smartphones. And they used their own smartphones. That was great, because they are using their app in their smartphone. So the scenario was great, because you can observe how they using their in their daily life.
Yeah.
That's the ideal
Yeah.
of
And how
the
they interact with the platform, right? Oh, yeah.
right. All mistakes that they do, all success they did. I have here further these metrics, and I will explain better what we observed. It's that part. Metric analyze it. So we have quantitative and qualitative metrics. Most of the usability test is about qualitative, because we observe, we talk with them, but we also can do quantitative as well. And it's good when we do both, because we can compare numbers with our insights, because as designers we understand where is the problem just seeing they using the app. But if you have numbers, they confirm, oh no,
Oh no.
or what are we think about it, what you observe.
Yeah.
Error table and success rate. In the end, when we do usability tests, we first of all we need to understand what's the correct way to do the task. And if some user do something wrong, we know they commit some error, one, two, three, four, doing one test. And also we can say if they do it easily or it was hard for them. So in the end of the usability test, we have these graphics to show us which task was more difficult. And that's great because we can compare, and when we can compare what we saw, and you can understand that um, which task that was very difficult for them. They have a low success and a lot of errors. So and also we understand, listen, them, asking them where is the problem and why they are confused, how they get send for us a lot of good insights. When they are doing the test, they say, oh, I don't understand this button, why they are here, if I click here, think I go to other page, no, that don't happen, why I do that. So that's very important because we listen and we have a list of insights and we can compare with these numbers and you go straight away in the problem. Here we have a table with a time on task that is other metric very important. This metric is about the time that the user need to complete the task, and sometimes it's a lot, and we notice that have problems there. They need to stop a lot of times, they are confused, they need to read and read again, so they spend a lot of time doing a task. Is a problem. It usually when they spend a lot of time doing a task, this task they don't do, they do something wrong. So it's the same, the same task that has a high number of arrows and a low success and a lot of time to complete it. So
Mhm.
we connect all these graphics.
Okay. I have just one question, Rafaela. When you are measuring these tasks, it is the time that the user needed to complete it, right? Or is the time until it got to an error, or he got mistaken by something or so, or is it just a time for the user to complete it?
To complete.
Okay. Okay. Now I
Yeah.
understand. Okay. Now.
So yeah, and we have we can compare all day and we know what's acceptable. This and when we understand that they spend a lot of time in the beginning of the task today, and this is completely a nightmare, and we need to change something quickly.
Yeah.
So, and in the final of the usability test, we do the system usability scale. That's a survey, and the users, our participants, need to complete this form. And here you have some sentence, and they need to say if they disagree or agree. In this sentence, what the idea here is try to understand how they feel, think, um, about the application, especially in the end of the test. So, because they pass through all the platform, and then they can say to us, okay, it was difficult, it was easy. But it's interesting because sometimes how I said, they have this feeling that it was easy, but actually the numbers, the metrics, it
Mhm.
was the worst metrics ever, but the user think it was fine. It's very interesting when you can compare, but usually they will have a number in the end of this SUS survey. You have a number because each option you have a number. You have it's a complicated calculation, but you have a number in the in the final end, and you can compare this number because it's a number in the scale, and you can say if the platform have a good usability or bad usability in that scale that we can form. So it's a quantitative methodology, okay? And the report. So what that's the most important part because is the documentation. Here we spend a lot of time doing that because we need to analyze our interviews, we need to do these graphics, we need to compare these graphics and need to get some conclusion.
Yeah.
In that conclusion here, we show here in the report. And here we have an example of a page in your report. And you need to write about what you think, what you observe, and the insights that you had, and the recommendations to change. And usually we do a photo or image from the test to make sure that anyone that you read the report can understand what you are speak about it here. We also have a severity scale. Is a way to, how I can say, divide or put in a scale the problems that we found, because sometimes there's a lot of problems. And you can list all these problems, and we give to them a number. And then we can find the highest number. That ones that have highest number, they need to pay attention like right away. But you have other problems that's depend. You can pay attention and change something in the future. But it's important because sometimes this is a lot of information. You need to organize that. It's a way to make it easy for the clients. Also quick fix, or if it's that icon here, quick fix, or if you need more deeply change.
Okay.
So sometimes you found problems that to resolve you need to change the whole platform. So
Yeah.
you spend more time, that will be more difficult. So it's a way to organize what we found and do a kind of a roadmap to our clients, understand where they need to pay attention now, what you can wait a little bit, and so on.
Okay.
And yeah, we can show it as a table with the parts of the platform and the user flow and the write about all opportunities that our clients have in that stage. So we observe a lot of problems, and we notice how good the platform should be. And then that kind of table in the we can communicate it that what which steps you need to change, and here you have a roadmap about what you need to do to achieve a better platform quickly.
Okay.
Okay. And next steps, when you complete usability test, we need to think about the architecture of the platform. So that is deeply changed, and that's are very important too. You can analyze the actual sitemap and user flows. You can have a lot of user flows in the same platform, and we can offer a change in the point a change in these two cases. If you we are talking more about sitemaps, more about the architecture of the platform. So usually we found problems there, uh, and we can reorganize it, the platform and the page to make it easier for users. And wireframes, you can do that too. It's easy, it's quickly, it's not the final prototype, but you can quickly do a design and try to figure out where you need to put the button, the any component, the search bar, or and if you reorganize and organize all the screens as the mental map that the user has in their brains, they can achieve a better platform. The users can use it more quickly with less errors. And in a work environment, that's very important, because if you have employees working in a platform, if they spend less time doing a task, that's good for our client. So here we can quickly do a design and try to in the test again to make sure that that's the best solution for the client. And the
Some
conclusion.
conclusion.
The conclusion, well, I think I already explained that when you do usability tests, we can find problems in the platform that you can do in other way.
Yeah.
If you talk with users, that's very important. Very
And
important.
understand them. I think that's also a really good point about usability testing now. You can understand them, and by understand them, you can now produce a better product, and not only a better product, I think, but like I'm taking this for the perspective from the presentation that you did, Rafael. It's
Mhm.
not only the quality of the product that you are delivering, but it's also cheaper for you, because like you don't have costs in like rearranging things that were done wrong before, because you didn't understood what the users wanted and they needed, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay.
And that's a big mistake that in your field developers and clients do. They think they understand the users without talking with them,
Yeah.
observe them. And if you do this kind of activities easy, is quickly, you can you have sure that you are doing the right platform. That's very important. So that's it. Thank you,
No, thanks,
João.
Rafael. The
Thank you,
present.
everybody.
Thanks, Rafael. The presentation was amazing, and I think that the ones that really got the real impact that usability testings can have on any product. And yeah, for you, Rafaela, thank you for the presentation, and for the ones at home, thank you for studying by till the end of this iMasterclass. Um, if you have any type of question, as we have said before, you can ask them, and me or Rafael will be more than willing to answer all of your questions after this masterclass. And yeah, stay tuned for more masterclasses to come. We are preparing some surprising gifts for you in the next coming days. So stay tuned. The World Usability Day is right around the corner, and Rafaela, and not only Rafaela, some people here at Interactive and some special guests that we are going to have are going to celebrate it in style. And yeah, if you haven't watched previous masterclasses, please do so. We are more than happy to have you in all of them, and to understand really what here at Interactive we are most concerned about doing, and what's our purpose in this digital world. And yeah, thanks, and see you on the next one. Bye bye, and thanks, Rafaela.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.